Okay, well, welcome back, everybody. So if you guys are still wondering, that sound of a fan in the background, that is still there. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm going to be keeping myself cool at the expense of some of the audio. It's not even that bad. I actually looked at it. It's definitely there, but it's not going to be like, oh no, I can't hear what Mark is saying, or the game audio. Like, you can still hear it. You can still hear me. So here we are with Labyrinth Zone. Not much more I could say other than the very first time I played it, I was like, I hate this level, and I still do. Anytime you put Sonic in underwater and you cannot make him decently fast, it makes me feel like, then what's the point of playing Sonic, right? Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Music's pretty good though. Like that's the one thing that I always will stick with Sonic, is that for the most part, other than that one Sonic Forces level, music has always been good. Which I will always defend. Sonic music is 9 times out of 10 very, very good. Very, very catchy. I will say it took a couple of listens. Maybe it's because I'm used to the conditioning as a Sonic fan, but Sonic Forces took some getting. Oh, come on, give me the bubbles. What? Why did it just ignore me? The jerk. Come on. Thank you. There we go. I always gotta remember this one. But yeah, the Sonic Forces OST always was one of the ones that had the biggest change in like music flair for me, because you're not dealing with. Oh great, I was a little too high on that one. Because the sound is so different from your traditional Sonic, where it's like boop boop da bop. But over time, like I think a lot of them kind of stuck with me. Not everything. In my opinion, I wish it could have been better if they would have had at least kind of like a digitized version of what those levels were being based on. To not only show that, oh, it's this, oh great, I didn't see. To be like, oh, was it? You remember this old level that you played back in the day? Not only are we gonna have the stage be representative of it, but the track is also gonna be very similar. Like the soundtrack. It may not be like 100% one-to-one, but it's like, wow, okay. I'm here for a little too long. Sonic the Okay. No more of these grounders. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, Sonic Forces. Oh no, not these Orbinauts. I'm pushing the A button again, thinking I had my my. Oh, don't you do it! Don't you do it! You're doing it. I see him there. Okay, well, we both missed each other. That dude with a surprise attack, surprise ninja attack. Okay, I need some bubbles. I need some bubbles. I know that back in the day, this level gave me a lot of flack as a kid. I was just, it was so anti-Sonic for me. I was going so slow. Okay, there's freedom. Okay, I was afraid it was gonna register the hitbox first before for me, besides me. Okay, well, I got my rings, right? Am I swim free? No ring thingamajig. Did I get all of them already? So 2 in Green Hill, 2 in 2 Green Hill. Oh, it was only 6 back in the day. Oh, there's me going all old man Mark. Okay, so I don't even have to worry about getting rings anymore. It was 6 Chaos Emeralds back in the day. This is an annoying level. The one with the very few instances where you had to go on the right path. Oh. It's such a troll. Because they know people are going to be like mad with power, and they're going to go over here and get zoomed up by that spike and get crushed. Also, the original Sonic theme, pretty nice. I like it. It reminds me of a younger time, a simpler time. And they use that for all marketing for Sonic, just because it was catchy. But you don't really hear that being represented nowadays. Like with Mario, Mario gets like the overworld theme reused to high heavens, and with Sonic, you rarely ever hear like dun 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 dun. You know, it's like that's like a missed opportunity. I'm not sure if Sega has like some type of standards like we're not going to shill Sonic's original theme song, but we are going to shill his Sonic 1 stage forever until the end of time. We have the assets. We're going to reuse the heck out of them. Yeah, I'm not bitter about that. I'm in the same camp where I'm kind of drained of Green Hill. That Green Hill should have been used sparingly, not used as a means to be like, Green Hill, right? Green Hill. It's exactly as you remember it. Green Hill. Don't you love it? Because it has Green Hill in there? Like, nah, bro. It's because we haven't seen it in a very long time. And now all you do is just show me Green Hill and expect me to buy it. Like, I'm still gonna buy it, but I'm not happy about it. There you go. Okay, but yeah. Oh no, Orb Knot. It doesn't matter. I don't care anymore. I got all 6 Chaos Emeralds back in the day. Sonic only had to go find 6 of them. Yeah, six of these Chaos Emeralds, because back then they weren't thinking about Dragon Ball Z. That's another thing that I'm not sure if I talked about this already, but Sonic is one of the reasons why I even got into Dragon Ball Z. There was a day back in my old place where my dad was telling me that Sonic ripped off Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And he showed me pictures of Goku in his Super Saiyan 1, 3, and Super Saiyan 4. I think he printed out on a piece of paper the Super Saiyan 4 and showed it to me. And at the time, I didn't even know what Dragon Ball even was. Well, that's kind of a lie. Like, I knew a little bit of it, because back in the day, I was not allowed to watch Dragon Ball. Because my parents said it was too violent. They didn't know exactly 100% of what it was. And my dad watched it by himself. Like, he watched it, he knew of it. He knew it wasn't something like to the degree of like South Park or The Simpsons, for like shows that you would not, traditional parents would not be showing their kids because of inappropriateness, right? It was mostly due to a violence thing that my dad and mom assumed was in Dragon Ball. Now, to their credit, it was kind of good that I didn't watch that show back in the day when it was new, because Dragon Ball, even with Z, had questionable things that you, as a kid, should never have been seeing, like, sexual content. Not saying that people did anything on screen or anything, but like, the typical anime boob thing, and the horny behavior, stuff like that. Things like that really was, I think, the real thing that saved me from being a quote-unquote delinquent. No. In terms of actual action, stuff like that, Sonic was, I guess you could say, the gate opened by Sonic, and to a higher degree my dad, because back in the day he didn't have me watching that show, but when I became a teenager he was like, "Son, it is time." And I ended up watching. I've said this story. I remember saying to people before, but like my dad and I, we were watching on YouTube, and this is before the copyright. The copyright shenanigans that we have today. Oh no! I'm gonna waste my power up. But it was during the age of YouTube, when it was a lot freer, looser with what people uploaded, and somebody had the entirety of Dragon Ball Z uploaded onto their channel, and my dad and I, we were like glued to it. This was like 720p. So we were eating pretty good just watching it for free, because by that point in time when I was watching as a teenager, it was already long gone off the air from Toonami So all of the old guys that were watching and knew about Dragon Ball Z is like, oh, my favorite anime, because, you know, Dragon Ball Z, strong guys, and whatever. Yeah, those people already moved on. Most likely they were already moving on to like stuff like Naruto at that time. So anyway, my main point is my dad and I were watching that together, and I remember being so like dumbfounded about how good a cartoon show. Oh, great. No! Oh, okay. No to the third degree. Okay. And I was like, oh my goodness, these guys are like super strong and all that stuff. They got the Super Saiyan. My goodness, it's Super Saiyan 2, and then there's Super Saiyan 3, and then there's 4 in them. Well, you know, 4 kind of has his own problems because he got GT attached to it. But it was one of those things that had it not been for Sonic's supersonic transformation, you know, the ode to the Super Saiyan, I would never have gotten into it. And I thank Sonic for that, because, you know, maybe I would have later in life found a different type of waifu based on my judgments and tastes at the time. But like, had it not been for Sonic, I would never have discovered the amazing Videl. So there you go, Sonic. Another reason why Sonic is bro. Introduces you to the ladies that you would eventually make fan art of and make a story about. Wow, that was not intentional. But yeah. Fastest I've been able to outrun that. Oh boy. Oh wow, rubber banding, but is this the Eggman boss fight? Or is this the end level? Oh yeah, this is the big boss fight. Ooh. Oh, please. No, in the water now. Yeah, the boss fight is just the water. The water is the only thing that's really gonna kill you. Just like real life. Get back here, Eggman. Okay. But yeah, so Sonic introduced me to Dragon Ball Z. That's just a fact. And there's your marked fact for today. Which, you know, I guess it's probably the gate for that's nothing really new for a lot of the Sonic fans that were young back then. I think a lot of them were exposed to Dragon Ball. But Dragon Ball already had like a widespread reach anyway, with how relevant it was at the time. And still is. Like I think at this point, Dragon Ball has hit the Mickey Mouse relevancy with just how, like, I don't even care about keeping my rings anymore. With just how many people know about it, especially. Well, get this. You know, everybody knows Mickey Mouse, right? And even the generation after that knows Mickey Mouse, just because of how often it's out there. And wow, look at that. That's 40 seconds. I've never beat this thing in 40 seconds. I just YOLO'd most of that. So yeah, Dragon Ball Z for my day and age probably has hit that point where it's Mickey Mouse status, where you just know, everybody knows what Dragon Ball Z kinda sorta is. They don't need to know was it One Piece levels of knowledge of what's currently happened. It's very concrete and concise. You got Goku, you got his son, and you got the bad guys, Frieza, Cell, maybe Vegeta for the people who really just dipped out at the time, but like, you know, there's that. People know who it is, and for people like me and the Sonic fan base, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of them were introduced to Dragon Ball just because of how Sonic references it from time to time. Not like officially, but like, you know, the mere presence of Super Sonic isn't more than enough for people to connect the dots. Wow. I did not realize how easy of a time I was going to have with Sonic 1 right now. I'm almost like an hour in, and I've gotten all the Chaos Emeralds, and look at that, 51 seconds. Already just blitzing through here. Let me remind everybody, I do not like this game compared to the other ones, but I will play this game over a monstrosity like Sonic and the Secret Rings. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, I hope that chewed up a big major chunk of the level time. Woo! No! Okay. Okay. Here I am getting all happy-go-lucky, thinking there's gonna be a curve. Wow, you guys are teases. You just... What was that about? Alright, let's go in here. Thank you. There goes my invincibility trail. Same level geometry. Now here's another story based on something I probably said during the original one. Ah, no! Got greedy over there. From like the original Sonic 1 playthrough that I played here. I remember playing the mobile version of this game, and I'm not talking about like any modern conventional mobile version of the game. Yeah, this was the the original phone games back in the day were not that good. Like they played the Sonic Sonic 1 port that they had for like the Nokia phones or whatever it was something. It was a game. It definitely was a game. And it was like probably worse than Sonic Genesis. Because it chugged so badly. I'm just messing everything up here. Okay. So we just do it over here. Okay, you know what? There we go. Ah! Yeah, take that, Eggman. Oh no. Gravity be damned. Oh, there it is. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Got me, Eggman. It's still possible to die in that. Probably is. Back in the day, games did not, they did not care if they took your life during a victory. That was their mission. Oh man. All right. Anyway, Scrap Brain, man, almost done with the game already, huh? Okay. A little bit of me back in the day. Well, not back. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna say here. A little bit of me nowadays just kind of craves shorter games. Maybe that's just the casual side of me coming out now that I have the life that's requiring me to that's requiring me to be more busy. But there's something great about just hopping into a game and just being able to beat it with relative ease within a couple of hours, as opposed to this 50 million hour game is gonna blow your mind. and oh great, no. Okay. And the thing with like the original Sonic games here, like they're good, decent length and size. Whoa. Okay. Okay. And they're good, decent length and size, especially for what you might want to be doing, like either 100% or just go through it normally. But it got to the point where we have games that are so long. Come back up here. Come on. Okay. We have games that are so we have games that are so long now that it's almost like my soft blocked. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a little bit before I do anything hasty. Okay. And it's almost like, man, I don't have enough time to even commit to them now. It just, wow, I'm old. Okay. Ah! You didn't want to do it that way. But yeah, I'm old. Like, I don't have much time to really be dedicated to it, and I would really like it if I could just have the fulfillment of, oh no, no, oh, there's my first death. First death in the game. It's in the final section. But yeah, I definitely okay. I'm definitely would prefer to have a couple more shorter games, like in the realm of this. My enemy over here. Oh, I was pulled in the jump button. But yeah, the act of having these super long, 50+ hour games, yeah, cool and everything, but I'm not gonna have time to beat them. Like, you'll know a lot of these people that make these jokes with the Steam account, saying I have like 50 games in Steam and I've yet to play them. And that's true because people don't have time. They want to play these awesome games, but just in getting the fulfillment from them, you can't anymore. Life is so busy and difficult. Sitting down for this playthrough, like I only got like one day a week. Of course, you got like the content creators that are like, oh man, new game come out, I need to have time to play. I need to make sure I can spread this out so I can make my money or show it off to people that got the game first day, and I want to have this, you know, all this content to play through. And the average Joe like me, like I am an average Joe. I work, I come home, and I look at what's going on with YouTube. I don't make those people. I'm not like those people on YouTube that are like their life is the content creation process. What you see here is me having time. I wanted to share some fun times with you guys and you know, show that I'm competent somewhat still in playing video games. If that's even a compliment I can give myself. Oh, thanks. But yeah, so I just wish there'd be a day where we could, not a day, but like a movement where we could have shorter games that have more of an impact staying-wise, like, you know, replayability, as opposed to these long, drawn-out, oh, you gotta grind here in order to get what you want after a certain amount of time. It's not fun. Ah, no! Great. You know, slice and dice over here. Treadmill, treadmill, treadmill. Oh, I would have actually died. I pushed the A button but didn't respond. Oh no! I was so close to touching that ring. Is this the very beginning of this? Yeah, it's the very beginning. No! Oh, Tails! Where's Tails when I need it? And Tails doesn't exist yet. I can't blame him for my problems. And this one doesn't have a checkpoint. No checkpoint. No! Ah! Oh, man. Getting all rushy. Ah! Anyway, yeah, that's just a thought of mine. Ah! Thankfully, I still have the reaction time for that. And speaking of which, like just imagine one day when I get really old and I end up trying to play Sonic 1 and I realize I don't have the reflexes like I used to. Ah, no, please, I need the one ring. Yes, the one ring. Like I don't have the reflexes anymore to play these games. That's gonna be the one time, the one day I become truly sad. It's like, wow. I guess this is it. I guess my carpal tunnel finally caught up to me. But, yeah. That's gonna be a sad moment in time for my life. Just, oh, you can't play video games anymore. You're too old. Or even worse, like, oh, you'll die if you play any more video games. Like, you physically will explode, or you'll just be unable to do it just because if you look at the TV screen at a certain angle, you risk having an aneurysm. Oh man, that'd be really bad. That's like a mark fear right there. Oh man, yeah, that's the thing. There's another. Oh, yeah, cutscene. All right, Eggman, put him up. Put him up. I said put him up. Oh no, you did it to me again. I don't remember that being a cutscene. but it is very nice. They did something like that. Anyway, one thing I would definitely love for Sega to do, I know they'll never do it because that would mean they would have to follow a guideline. They never do follow guidelines. That's like a big code of conduct for a lot of, whoa, almost. Still got hit anyway. A big code for a lot of these game developers is they don't want to follow consistency for the sake of having a solid, oh no, a solid thing for the fans to chew on. Because if they have to retcon something, because if they want to retcon something, they can't, because now it might piss people off and be like, well, but the last thing that you said was canon isn't canon anymore. Like, guys, just do it. Just make it to say, okay, that's not canon anymore. Everybody will be okay. All the people you hear online are just they're not gonna do anything to you. Yeah. Oh great, am I gonna drown? Oh. My only hope! Bubble me! Ah! Is it the very beginning again? Okay. Anyway, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, one thing I would really love for them to do is just make a Sonic TV show that actually follows the games in the order that they were presented. Well, I didn't realize I had no rings. What was it? Oh wow, okay. So, no! All these unnecessary deaths here. Alright. Make sure that I don't get hit by that. Alright, and then this thing, he's gonna be upset. You're gonna just dodge all the death missiles. Alright. Now the burrow bots. Oh, great. Now the Bubbles gonna go make fun of me again. But anyway, yeah, so having a cartoon where you start from Sonic 1. Bubbles, please. Wow. No Bubbles from that one. I've not seen that happen ever. Okay. I guess I'll get the Bubble one as soon as I see one. Yeah, just ignore the Bubbles. But yeah, having a cartoon where they would have all the events of every game in order would be really cool. Would they do it? I don't know. Please, Bubble. Bubble, come on. Materialize, man. Okay. Why does it keep happening? There we go. So going from Sonic 1, CD, 2, Knuckles. No! Oh, how did that work? Okay, but yeah, that'd be really cool. And then just the transition between the classic series and then the modern series, that'd be cool. Just to kind of explain how Sonic grew up within that time. But unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be doing that now that they're treating classic Sonic as its own thing. I'm kind of torn on that because I feel like classic Sonic was just Sonic but younger. And for you to make new adventures and then say that it's its own separate universe feels kind of disingenuous to me. Because like then what about all the other stuff from the past? Is that not part of modern Sonic's lore? Like I get what they're trying to do. They want to have like the very kiddie stuff with classic Sonic, and then the more quote-unquote mature things with the older Sonic fans. That's kind of what they did with Bubbles. No, why is this? Please don't tell me I'm all the way back there again. Okay, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, but like I was trying to say originally before I lost my train of thought, the classic Sonic series as they're doing now, just to be more kiddie. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, I get it, but I would also like to see them do something, another shot with like the Sonic Forces coat of paint, where yeah, they had something as cute and friendly like with Sonic and everything. Bubbles, come on, Bubbles. Thank you. They must have done that intentionally for this one. Very kiddie with like classic Sonic, but you could do serious stories with classic Sonic. The original cartoon proved that. And this explains why I have no rings here. Alright, Eggman. Time to deal with your squasher machine. This has to be like the dumbest final bosses Sonic's had. One of them, anyway. The biggest exploit is that you could just be on one side and kind of have free reign. But yeah, I would definitely love to see them do something with that. Instead of just making it, oh, different universe. That makes sense. No, it doesn't. Sonic Superstars to me just feels like that's the direction they're going to be taking from now on. Have one modern Sonic game that the older Sonic fans will pick up, and then have the classic series, which will just be the game that every Sonic fan will pick up and play, just because of how colorful and joyful it looks. Oh great, I thought that was going to hurt me. Yeah, this boss fight's terrible. I don't like it. I wish there was something more going on here. Like, for this being the final boss, I get they're trying to smush you. But it's just, nah. Oh yeah, that's how I played Sonic 2. I played it on the 360. And that one had save states, I think. Yeah, that one, oh yeah, that one had save states. I'm not gonna have that luxury this time for my game plan on that one. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, Sonic. I think Sonic 2 and early 3 and Knuckles. They were. Yeah. Get out of here, Eggman. Beat Sonic within an hour. Wow, that's definitely interesting. There you go. I got all 6 Chaos Emeralds. Ugh. And accidentally did Chaos Control, which definitely that's my headcanon. I feel like the comics said something about that. Yes, doggy. I know you're seeing me stretch. Doesn't mean that it's about you too. This dog over here loves to be always the center of attention. Anyway, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, so having a Sonic cartoon would be awesome. Would it last for a very long time? I don't know. That's what I kind of thought that Sonic Prime was going to be doing, is we were going to actually see some like Jaleel White Sonic action, but it's doing its own thing. It's not really offensive, but it's also just kind of, I feel like it's going to become just a footnote in Sonic lore, where people are just going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that one. It didn't really hold that much of a presence. Like Sonic X had a huge presence. Like when people think of like Sonic cartoons, it's either Adventures of Sonic, the Sonic's Serious cartoon, the other one that was also running at the 90s, and then Sonic X. Nobody remembers Sonic Underground, and the people that do remember why they shouldn't remember Sonic Underground. And Sonic Boom, as much as great as it is, like I love Sonic Boom. I feel like just because of its unavailability to people, it's just gonna be one of those footnotes to Sonic lore that people are gonna be like, oh yeah, that was a show that showed up in Cartoon Network that I saw like maybe one time early in the morning when I was getting ready to go to school. You're not gonna be able to have that same type of effect like the people who watch Sonic X religiously, like I did. I remember waking up every morning at Saturday morning for the Foxbox / 4Kids block and just being like, the next Sonic episode, oh boy, and even with my at the time friend Michael, like we were both excited for seeing Sonic X and like the Turtles, and I think Kirby was around during that time as well. And it was just like, you don't get that with Prime. I mean, maybe because Prime is on Netflix. Oh cool, they even show this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 emeralds. Ah, there's the other one. I hope they don't say that there was actually 6 only. That's cool. They give you that extra cutscene for completing it. I don't remember that in the initial cutscene stuff. So that is cool. That is a cool detail. In this detail here, that yeah, Amy was into tarot cards and all that stuff. That was a detail that they completely dropped off in the American, localization because you know tarot cards evil. But it feels like that's something they're trying to like reincorporate into modern Amy, just to give her kind of more spice than simply loving Sonic, which I think we're finally getting. Oh my goodness, this gives me chills. I didn't expect for us to get into like go modern animation and then back into like 90s animation. Oh my, just looking at this game. Back when rainbows were just rainbows. Nothing else. Oh man, just looking at this. Oh man. As a 28-year-old Sonic fan here, looking at this, this was the stuff back then that made me as a little young boy squeal with happiness. To be like, oh my god, Sonic! Looks so good running around that. Oh man, tiny neck too. You'll see those details until you're like super old. Will I keep on playing at this point? No, I'm gonna save the next chunk of Sonic for another day. Possibly when Evan explodes his ear with me again, I'll just jump into Sonic CD and go from that. But yeah, so this is its own complete separate playthrough because this is the story mode for Sonic Origins, as opposed to playing all the games separately. Because I think Sonic 1 and 2 were Xbox, and 3, I believe, was done on the Origins playthrough. Alright, Sonic, well, enough of that for now. We're gonna just drop off there. Happy I got one done. To see, you know, going new content, really. Well, anyway, Sonic's going from Sonic 1 to Sonic CD feels like a good breath of fresh air because you're not like consistently playing the game a certain way. So going from 1 CD to 2 to 3K, 3K being like its own like marathon. Yeah, so yeah, we'll see you guys next time when we pick up the Sonic CD portion of the game, and see you guys next time. Oh, see you guys next time. Bye bye.